Hey guys, it's Daira with your Short and Sweat workout. Today we're going to be working our total body, but before we start, let's get warmed up. Let's do some arm circles just to get those arms nice and ready. Take those arms out to the side, and we're going to start really small going forward, okay? As you start to feel those arms to get warmed up, you can start to go a little bit bigger. Good. And then the biggest. Nice job. Now you see I got some weights today. We don't need heavy weights, so if you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles, milk jugs. Good, let's go ahead and reverse directions, starting small again and getting big. I grabbed some 5-pounder weights, but soup cans, that type of stuff, that'll be just perfect for you, okay? Now as big as you can. Good, feel those shoulders. We got a fun movement for you today that's gonna work those shoulders, so I wanna make sure they're nice and warm. All right, now let's take those legs over shoulder width apart, and we're gonna go into a nice lunge to the side. Okay, I call these lateral lunges. Okay, you're gonna shift that weight towards your side. Let's do the right side again here. Push that bottom back. Okay, try to get that knee where it doesn't go in front of your toe, it just is tracking right in front of your toe there. Good job. We'll do about 10 on that right side, and then let's focus on your left side, okay? Good job, guys. So we're gonna be doing 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna be cycling through 4 different stations, and we're gonna do 4 rounds, all right? Let's switch over to our left side. Good. Remember, we're pushing those hips back, really feeling that stretch through those inner thighs, but we're also warming up those glutes, those hamstrings, and those quads, okay? Good, let's get about 4 more here. Now the first movement is gonna involve a lunge, and that's why I wanted to kind of get those hips open so we have some good range of motion. We're gonna do in a combination movement, so you're gonna need your weights. If the movement is hard for you, you could also just do the movement without weights, but let me show you before we start and then we'll get rolling, okay? So you're gonna step forward. You're gonna hover down in your lunge, curl and press, standing back and alternating sides. All right, 40 seconds, get ready. Here we go. I love doing these combo moves because it gives you the most bang for your buck. Okay, these workouts are 20 minutes or so, right? So they're nice for on the go, so you can get about your day, and I love that you can do these just right in your home. Now again, if you have trouble with balance, you could do no weight, you could hold on to the wall and just simply lunge, okay? Almost there. We have our 20-second break here. Coming up in 3, 2, good. Take a break. You got 20 seconds. You can leave your weights. We're gonna go into that plank position. Watch me really quickly. We still have about 10 seconds. You can be on your forearms or your hands, and we're gonna do leg lifts, okay? We're gonna alternate. If you need to, you could do these on the steps in your house to create the surface to be higher so it's a little bit easier. All right, here we go. Thinking about squeezing your buns as you lift up those legs. Nice job, guys. Remember to keep breathing here, all right? If it gets tough too, you could just hold that plank, okay? You got 10 seconds here. Good, take a break. Okay, we're gonna flip over onto our back. We're gonna do another combination move to really get that total body today. We're gonna go up into a shoulder bridge. We're gonna keep those arms extended up towards the ceiling, and we're gonna drop back into a skull crusher, all right? Get ready, get those hips up. Here we go. I love this movement for working the back of the arms. Those muscles are called your triceps, all right? We need those muscles to push And to support our big muscles that push our chest muscles. You want to breathe out when you're pushing that weight up, okay? And then don't forget to squeeze those glutes in that shoulder bridge, guys. Good. Take a break. Okay, we're keeping those weights to your side. The next movement is going to be a pike press, so not a push-up. It's a little bit different. Watch me quickly. My hands are going to be about shoulder width apart. My hips are going to be nice and high. I'm going to think about creating a triangle here. I'm going to bring my head down in front of my hands and pushing back, all right? So the higher your bottom is, the harder it's going to be, okay? Are you ready? Get set. Here we go, okay? Now, if you need to for this one, you could simply just go to your knees, okay? If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can even put your feet up on the couch. But this is a very hard movement. This is what it looked like. You could just do the push-up on your knees, just like so. Okay, and pushing up. It uses a lot of triceps, a lot of core, okay? Keep going. Almost there, guys. Good. Take a break. We're going back to the top, okay? So that means we're standing back up for those lunges. We're going back to that curl and press. Get ready. Grab those weights. And here we go, guys. Lunging forward, curl, and press. Now notice, we're alternating, right? Okay. Try to keep it nice and fluid. Don't rush through the movement. Some of that stabilization is what's really important during the workout. Holding that movement down, that lunge down at the bottom. Good, take a break. Put those weights to your side. We're going down to that plank. Now, let me show you even a modification. If you don't have an elevated surface to make this easier, you could, number one, you could just hold the plank, okay? But also you can do this on your hands and knees, just like so, and you can kick back, all right? So stay in that plank if you can, but if you need an altercation here, follow me. Here you go. And I'm just gonna switch every 5 or so here. You could alternate. If this seems a little bit too easy, you can also add in an arm movement. I'll show you here and I'll start alternating. Good job, guys. Really squeeze those buns as you push that leg back. Good, take a break. Flipping over onto our back. Okay, grab those weights or grab your water bottles. Okay, shoulder bridge with the skull crusher. Whew. Taking that rest. Get ready, push those hips up, arms up, and back towards the forehead and back up. Breathe out as you're pushing up. So close, guys. I know those arms are burning. We got our 20-second break. Then we're gonna move into those pike presses. Good. Take a little break. Okay, now in this pike press, I showed you up on your toes in that pike position. Think about your body being in a upside down V, okay? You could be on your knees and trying to simulate that triangle pose with your hands in your head, okay? Or you could simply, if you just don't feel comfortable, you can be doing push-ups on your knees, or your toes, all right? Here we go. Sometimes it's nice just to do the movement in the hardest position you can until you start to feel a little bit of muscle failure. Then you can switch to the second position for you. Good. Take a break. Quick drink before we move up into our third round. Okay, you guys, we're halfway there. Okay, grab those weights. Moving it on to our lunges, curl, and press. Get ready. Get set. Here we go. Nice job, guys. I know that heart rate's getting high. We're doing great. I have a great stretch and cool down for you guys today, so we can look forward to that, right? Good. Take a break. Okay, we can ditch those weights for a second. We're gonna go down into, you could do that alternating Superman that I showed last set, or you can be in that plank position, all right? Whatever you need to do. I'm gonna move back, I'm gonna try the plank again as long as I can, all right? Get ready, guys. Get set. Here we go. Ooh, I can feel those buns. You guys are doing great. Almost there. We got about 10 seconds. Good. Take a break, flip it over on your back. Grab those weights, shoulder bridge and skull crushers. All right, let's get those hips up. Arms up, here we go. Try to really drive your weight through the heels of your feet. That's gonna really make sure you're squeezing those buns and getting the most out of your workout today, right? You don't wanna be doing this and not thinking, you know, you're doing the right thing. Good, think of buns of steel here. All right, let's go to the toughest one, at least for me here. We'll go to those pike presses, all right? Okay, try to do the hardest level for you, all right? Or try to do a few of each, right? So I'm gonna try to get at least 5 or 6 of the pike presses. Here we go. Let's do this, guys. Good, make that modification, make your changes as you need. Good, take a break, guys. Shake it out, 20 seconds until our last round, all right? Whew. You can think about, you know, as you're doing these different movements, you know, they're all very different. you can think about which movement is your strong point, which one do you need to work on, right? Okay, get ready, here we go. Lunge, curl, and press. For me, I would say this is by far the easier one. Okay, that core and upper body work can be really tough, you know, if you don't put in the work. And then we're all built so differently that one person has to just work extremely hard at maybe gaining some upper body strength, because genetics play a big role in how our body is built. Good. Take a break. We're going down into that last plank. Tough one here, okay? Strong core, squeeze your belly, squeeze your butt, all right? Whew. Couple deep breaths. You can stay again at that bird dog, at the Superman's here, okay? Or you can be down into that plank. Here we go. Ten seconds, guys, you got this. 2 more movements after this, and then we get a stretch. Good, take a break. Flip it over on your back. Grab those weights. We're shoulder bridging and skull crushing here. All right, we're gonna get ready. Get those hips up, ready for action, arms up. Let those weights come back to your forehead and push them up, all right? Good, and drive those hips up like you mean it, okay? Don't let yourself get in saggy right there, okay? Sometimes, you know, with a lot of personal training, I would actually just put my hand on the small of their back and, you know, force them to drive their hips up. So, because I want to see people get better. I want to see you get better. So I want you to make the effort. Drive those hips up high. Squeeze everything here on these shoulder bridges. You got this. Good. And take a break. All right. Last pike press. Let's get after it here. Okay, set a number for you. How many, if you're getting the pike presses, think about how many you got last time. Try to either maintain that or aspire to get maybe that one under that. So I got 6 last time. I'm gonna try for at least 5. Okay, get ready. Here we go. Good, keep going, guys. Modify as you need. Good, I'm gonna move to my knees. But I'm gonna really still focus on those shoulders here while keeping my hips up high and making that triangle here, okay? My head comes in front. It's almost like the crown of my head hits right in front there. Good. You guys, we did it. We did a total body workout. Now, let's stand up. Let's do a little stretch here, okay? So I call this the standing splits, but we're just gonna take a nice wide stance. We're gonna keep your back and core very engaged as we move forward to where our hands are gonna be down in front of our feet, okay? So here would be in line. Feels best for me to be right here. And in this position, I can keep my back straight and strong. I'm almost pushing my chest up so that I'm keeping everything engaged, okay? And let's walk our hands over to one side, okay? I took it over to the left here. Take those hands onto the ankle, the foot if you can. Maybe some of you are all the way to the floor, okay? Some of you may be right here, and that's where it feels good. This will feel, we did a lot of glute and leg work today with some of these movements. So you're gonna feel this stretch out through the outsides of your thighs. maybe even into your ankle. We did a lot of balance too with that lunge. Good, let's walk those hands all the way back over to our opposite side. Good. You'll even feel some relief in through your midsection, you know, with the plank, with that shoulder bridge. You guys really worked your core, all right? Good job. One side you might notice feels a little tighter than the other. I will say my right side feels a little tighter, okay? It's good for you to be aware of how your body feels, okay? Walk it back up to the center. Maybe this time you can feel yourself go down a little bit lower, right? You're feeling really good. And one more big breath in. And out, good. So now we're gonna walk those arms up those thighs, come up nice and slowly, keep your stomach and back engaged. Standing up. You guys, we did it, all right? I can't wait for you guys to join me back here really soon to continue to get better together, okay? We'll see you next time.